Hello, everyone, and this is Coach Michelin once again. Today, I am bringing you a more informative video plus personal experience. So, this is going to be a video about hyperhidrosis. We are in the summer, guys, and excessive sweating is a challenge thousands, millions, billions of people in this world are going through every day. It practically, makes you feel not too good with yourself because of the embarrassment it causes you. You know that situation where you find yourself so wet in the armpit area, you wearing your nice, designer shirt, and then you are sweating excessively on your armpit area. You know that situation where you go to bed at night, you cannot even sleep because of excessive sweating. You cannot even sleep even when the AC, or the fan is on, because you are excessively sweating. This is a condition so many people are going through, and many people think that this could be a normal condition, but it is not. It is actually a medical condition, and you really need to, nip it in the bud. I was there. I had the experience, I had the experience in the past, maybe now no more because I did it. I had to, nip it on the bud. I approached it medically. I got a Botox, to take care of this situation. Now I am going to, give you all the tips, all the things that I did, to make sure that I help myself with the situation, and also how I was able to get a Botox to really, make it not call it a done deal. So stay tuned to this video so you can get every details of what I went through and how you can help yourself with this. Now, hyperhidrosis, like I said, is excessive sweating. Is something that you don't want to, experience, especially when it is summer. The sun is shining, then plus the sweat. Oh, bloody Jesus! So it's not a good thing at all. There are so many things that could cause this thing, and understanding the root cause of it might also help you, um, towards getting a solution to it. One of the things that could be the cause is when you are having some kind of underlying illness like cancer, diabetes mellitus, Parkinson, hyperglycemia, hypoglycemia, hyperthyroidism, where you have, dysfunctions in your thyroids. These can be kind of underlying illnesses that can also provoke excessive sweating. Other things like some kind of medications can also provoke it. Then another thing is menopause. I met these two women who I coach now, and they told me they are going through menopause, and they told me, Michelle, it is the excessive sweating that I cannot deal with. So menopause can also be a cause to why you sweat excessively. But in my own situation, however, it's not the same because I have none of these illnesses that I mentioned. I have had none of these conditions. I was simply overweight. And my situation was really terrible because when I sweat under my breast area, and it is really super, super uncomfortable for me because at the end of the day, when the skin touches itself, my skin gets so irritated that it starts, if you leave it, if you don't take care of yourself, it could start peeling off and it could cause more harm to you. So for me, it was really that, situation that I was not really comfortable with. And I had to go to my doctor to tell her, seriously, I need this thing, to stop. I need something that could help me with this. And these are kind of the tips that I went through. And one of them is, I classified them in different ways. So I'm going to start with personal care. Personal care is very, very important. Having a shower and keeping your body temperature, at a very nice level is really something that could make you feel better, because when you shower, you keep your body temperature good and you also take out bacteria. So that is why it's important for you to shower. Secondly, drink as much water as possible. I was drinking that time, but it wasn't helping because even the time I drink, I also feel that, you know, my temperature cools down when I drink cold water. But I also realized that, after that, I will still continue sweating. But really, at least it was a little bit helpful, to some extent. Then another thing I would want to talk about is, your lifestyle. First is your diet. It's very important that you choose food that are really good to your body, not food that are really, negative. Super processed food is not really a good thing. Food that provoke, or trigger excessive sweating, like foods like, caffeine, alcohol, you know, these are kind of like food that are really not good. And also spicy food, for all of you guys out there who takes lots of spicy food, this is not really a good thing and could provoke excessive sweating. Now, another thing I would want to talk about on lifestyle is make sure that your food is, filled with lots of fruits and, veggies that is in this that are in the season. These are really like, so could make some good salads, and enjoy them. They are really good and they are some kind of, they are good, for your health and for your overall wellness. Can also help you in losing weight, fortify your immune system, keep your cognitive health in check, and a whole lot of things that these things can do, and don't forget your whole grains. Make sure you eat light and don't eat, excessively. You don't really need it. Then another thing I would also want to talk about, which I also did, is using home remedies. Home remedies in Nigeria, during the time I was growing up, there are people when there is, during there is so when there is so much sun, they kind of add white powder all over their neck, and this is a way to really calm, their body. And they only do it. They also do it on kids. My baby had it, and then they only do it on on night on sorry on clean skin. They don't do it on dirty skin, and so don't do it on dirty skin. Whenever I go to the gym, this is what I have realized that people here do. So whenever I go to the gym, I realize that after the gym, many people have deodorants in their bag, and then after the gym, with all the heat, they will just spread it and then they will just go their way. Seriously, this is not good and this is super unhygienic. You are practically using other kind of smell and putting it in a kind of smell that is not good. You are not only doing yourself some harm, in fact you are gonna smell. That's the end topic. You are going to smell. So stop doing it. I can understand you don't want to use the public bathroom. You don't want to use the public bathroom. You don't want to, like, um do like me, because I don't use the public bathroom. But seriously, wear your clothes, go back home and take care of yourself. Have a good shower, take out the bacteria. At the same time, it will also help regulate your body temperature. But using deodorants, antiperspirants, on top of that smell, guys, is not good at all. Secondly, I don't promote deodorants. I don't promote antiperspirants because of the metals that come with it, which are very negative on our which have negative effects on our health. But seriously, if you want to do that thing, that this kind of thing, do it on a clean skin. And I also read that if you want to get a good effect on antiperspirant, that is, if you're somebody who kind of want to do this kind of thing, make sure that you do it, on a clean skin at night, so that while you sleep, you're gonna allow it to really, like, um, take its effect. So another thing which I want to talk about, on home remedies, is what might surprise you, and that is using apple cider vinegar. You might be thinking that apple cider vinegar is only for weight loss and to control blood sugar. No, it's not only for weight loss and control blood sugar. There are so many other things that apple cider vinegar does. In fact, my dermatologist told me to use a cotton pad, soak it on apple cider vinegar and put it on top of my on top on sorry on my armpits, because I sweat excessively on the armpits, under the breast area. When I am sleeping, it was super, super uncontrollable. I could not, control it. So when I did it, it worked. Guys, it worked for me. It worked really so well. But the problem I had, which is my kind of no to it, is the fact that I don't like the smell of apple cider vinegar, not in my water, not in my food. I don't use it to control any blood sugar. In fact, I prefer to use berberine to control blood sugar. Just take a tablet of berberine and I'm good, than to really use apple cider vinegar. I know it's a natural thing, but seriously, I don't like it. So I went to her and I told her it didn't work, it didn't work for me. I want something else. So, but I have read earlier on that they can use Botox to control it. So I was waiting for her to really push that narrative that, okay, why don't we approach Botox? And luckily for me, she did it. She did it. She told me, yes, so we can now approach it medically, Michelle. There is nothing else I can do for you. So she told me that she now talked to me about Botox and all that, but she told me that she doesn't know if I have to contact my insurance, my health insurance, to make sure that they are going to cover it. So it's either you do it privately or you get your insurance to cover it. So I called my insurance, and the insurance told me, okay, after that call that day, the insurance said, okay, I'm not promising anything, but I would like you to send me the papers the doctor gave you, and then all that were, process. So I had to send, and luckily for me, after 2 days, she told me that they've sent the letter to me and that I could go and do the intervention, so I could go and get the Botox. And so that was how I went, and this woman gave me injections on my armpit area, and it didn't take so much time. This whole thing, even though I was overweight at that time, this whole thing disappeared, So I called it a story, up until now. But then I also realized that when I started losing weight, losing weight, it's not that the whole thing stopped and I don't sweat anymore, But the thing was that excessively, and uncontrollably, no, because it was now brought under control. So I was very happy, but I realized that, during my weight loss, everything came to super duper normal, So weight loss also can also help you, do this kind of thing. But well, if you are going through this kind of situation and you have gone all through all these things that I mentioned, then I would tell you to approach it medically like I did. The thing is that many of us here in diaspora, we only go to the doctor when we need paper to stay at home because we want to tell the people, yeah, we are sick, we are not gonna come to work. Don't do this, okay? There are so many things you can use your primary physicians for. Either your primary physician or you go straight to your dermatologist, because you are paying for these things, Go there, ask them for papers for your health screenings, Ask them for papers for this. If you're going through this kind of condition, then get yourself checked. Take care of yourself because you are paying for these things. You cannot have this kind of resources and still say, yeah, it's a normal thing. It is not a normal thing. And then another thing is, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid that you don't know what they are going to inject in your body. This is just the mentality so many other people have, and you are just dying. Look at so many people out there, suffering for nothing. So you don't have to sit down and, do nothing for yourself. Go out there, seek for information. Health literacy is very important. And the places you can get this health literacy, you can get it from, trusted website online, or you follow some kind of professional people who are really professional in what they are doing, their podcast, or you get it from your primary physician, which is even the best. Because if I want some kind of health issue, if I am going through some health issues and I'm needing some kind of health information, I go to my doctor, because for me it is very important that I consult him to make sure that I am, doing something right. And he is there to guide me, better than any internet, better than somebody else out there. So that's why I am saying that you should, if you are going through this kind of situation, then go for it. Treat it medically so that you will be well again. You will get back, and have your full self again. So that's all I have for you guys today on today's video. Like I said, I am a new YouTuber and I am asking you for your support. If you click on the subscription button, I will be very happy, and I will be very grateful. And I would also be bringing, some of these kind of, you know, um, videos to you. And also don't forget to share this video with people who might be interested in it. So I have two wishes for you guys, and those two wishes is that you stay healthy. For me, this is very important, stay beautiful, and I hope to see you guys next time. So bye for now.